Well, 2023 is officially over, but that doesn't mean we can't talk about it again because before we move on to the 2024 movies, I must do, once again, my top 10 favorite movies of the year. Now, 2023, I think, was a year filled with plenty of good to almost great films. Although I will say, there were no movies I saw this year that I would consider my Top Gun Maverick of the year, a film that I could watch any day of the week and still enjoy every second of it. There wasn't a film I saw in 2023 that I absolutely loved. I do have to admit I need to watch Oppenheimer a second time because I feel like another viewing would do wonders for me when it comes to how good that movie is. And there are some 2023 movies that are apparently great I haven't seen this year yet, like Sisu, Anatomy of a Fall, and The Zone of Interest, along with others. So don't be shocked if some of your favorite movies of the year don't show up on this top 10 list, because some films I haven't seen yet and other movies that were really popular from this year, like Oppenheimer, Barbie, Across the Spider-Verse, among many others, didn't connect with me as much as they connected with other people. Also, as I do every year, let me begin this list with my honorable mentions, movies that I liked a lot but weren't good enough to make my top 10. And they are Saltburn, The Iron Claw, The Flash, No Hard Feelings, and John Wick Chapter 4. With those 5 movies out of the way, let's continue with number 10. Creed 3 is number 10. I had a lot of questions for Creed 3 because Creed 1 I think is one of the best movies ever made. Creed 2 I also had a lot of fun with, and Creed 3 is the first movie without Sylvester Stallone, and this was Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut. Luckily, Creed 3 works as the third installment. It's well directed, the boxing matches are stellar, Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors are great, and I love the story the film told. It surprisingly felt unique for a Rocky/Creed movie. Number 9. Number 9 is Gran Turismo. Video game movies continued their recent good track record in the middle of 2023 with Gran Turismo. The story is inspirational, the racing scenes are electrifying, there are plenty of tense moments, and cinematography-wise, this is one of the best looking racing movies ever made. Number 8. Placing 8th is Killers of the Flower Moon. Martin Scorsese returned to the directing chair for the first time since The Irishman with Killers of the Flower Moon. I love the cast between DiCaprio, De Niro, and Lily Gladstone. Everyone is on their A-game. It's a gut-wrenching story. The score is one of the best of the year. I was also shocked by the character Leo played. And when it comes to production design, this stuff was top tier. Take notes from Killers of the Flower Moon. Number 7. 7 is Past Lives. This is the most human story of 2023. This is exactly why I love indie filmmaking. Not a single shot in Past Lives would make you mistake it for a movie. This is the most realistic film of the year. It's almost like you're watching the lives of 2 human beings simulated. Just about anyone who's had a relationship or felt love for another human being can relate to this one, and the performances might be the best of the year. Number 6. Number 6 is Missing. Again, I had so many questions for Missing. I wasn't sure how they would take an excellent movie in Searching and make a sequel, and I was curious if this movie had any relation to that film or if this was an indirect sequel. But Missing literally did everything Searching did well. For a sequel to such a movie, there's not much Missing could have done better than what we received. There's plenty of shocking moments, you never lose interest in the story, and it retains the roots that made Searching so good in the first place. Number 5. Number 5 is The Killer. This is my type of movie. Between John Wick Chapter 4 and The Killer, it was like heaven on earth. David Fincher returns to form from a story standpoint in The Killer. Michael Fassbender plays one of the year's coolest characters. It's very simple. I love the video game vibe the movie gives off. It has maybe my favorite action scene of the year, and it's a breeze to get through. I'm so happy David Fincher is back. Number 4. At 4, it's The Holdovers. As everyone has said, The Holdovers is such a warm film that'll get just about anyone into the Christmas spirit. Paul Giamatti is Oscar-worthy, the relationship between him and Dominic Sessa is so believable, it develops its characters exceptionally well, and as time has passed, the film has become more and more popular for obvious reasons. If you have not watched The Holdovers yet, I highly recommend it. Number 3. Guy Ritchie's The Covenant lands at 3. I think this is my favorite modern war movie. The Covenant somehow feels original for a genre that rarely gets original movies. It's an exciting action film that examines the human conscience through war. Gyllenhaal and Dar Salim have fantastic chemistry, and if you're a lover of war movies, this is a must-add to the watch list. Number 2. Number 2 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I'm honestly so surprised I haven't seen Guardians 3 on more top 10 best of the year lists. I understand people are fed up with the MCU, myself included, but Guardians 3 is one of the few bright spots Marvel has going for it right now. The third installment sends off our superheroes in epic and emotionally satisfying fashion. Everybody gets their fair share to shine, all the performances are great, and believe it or not, if Guardians 2 made you cry, just wait till you watch Guardians 3. I'm upset we'll never see the ragtag group together in the MCU, but also it's probably for the best because Guardians 3 was the perfect send-off. Number 1. Number 1 is Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves. Listen, I know I'm probably the only person who has Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves as their favorite film of the year, but this is my list, and this is the movie that I enjoyed the most in 2023. I've never once played the video game Dungeons & Dragons, but that just goes to show how good this film is. Everyone in this movie gleams with charisma, it's funny, all the characters feel unique, the fight choreography is so exciting, its runtime went by faster than any 2+ hour movie I watched this year, and to put the cherry on top, the movie ends with an unexpected emotional moment that could not have been done any better, and that's exactly why Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves was my favorite movie of 2023. So there you have it. Those are my top 10 favorite movies of 2023, but I'm very curious to hear your list. What are your top 10 favorite movies of the year? Let me know down below in the comment section. I can't wait for 2024 in film. It should be a fantastic time at the theater. Let's get started. As always, thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will see you all next time.